creative peeps, and welcome back to my channel for Creative Week 78. This week was crazy busy, but I did take Monday to go to the beach for a couple hours after leaving work. So I thought I would take you along with me since a lot of you really enjoy these little trips. So yeah, I'm not sure how much talking I'm going to do during this part because the clips kind of speak for themselves and there's a little ASMR in there for you. But let's go on an adventure. That day I started my new book, The Glass Castle, which I am really enjoying. I got about 40 pages in, I think, so that was great. I actually just finished Ghost Boy today. Really good book. Already put it in the donate box, so woohoo. But yeah, it was really nice to finally go to the beach. I always end up talking myself out of it, even though it's literally my favorite place in the world. So I'm really glad that I took pretty much the last 80-degree day for the year to spend a couple hours there. Now, I usually hang out on a little island, and as the tide comes in, obviously that island kind of disappears. And you have to walk back through the water, and I absolutely love this sound. So as you can see there, that is where I was laying, and it is pretty much about to be covered again. So that was my cue to go. I also knew I had to get home because I had lots of stuff to work on. But first I wanted to finish a sketch that I started at the beach. Now, I used to draw a lot more in my journals, and recently some of you had called me out in a good way and said, hey, what happened to all the things you used to draw? Why don't you draw anymore? Where are the mermaid tails? And stuff like that. So I figured I would take a few minutes while I was there to kind of do an in-the-moment sketch inspired by Documented Journey. She does a lot of these when she goes out with her kids and stuff. So yeah, I just sketched my bag, water bottle, blanket, and book while I was there and kind of put it in the corner of where I was journaling. And I was having a mini panic attack right there because I couldn't find my one-colored zig marker, and I was like, oh my god, did I leave it there? I couldn't have left it there. Like, I didn't see it on the sand. I was having like a whole thing, but it was there. It was just under my book. So I colored it a little bit at the beach, but didn't have a fine liner with me and just wanted to put the finishing touches on. So I'm using Zig Clean Color brushes and a water brush. I also wanted to add some colored pencil. Now, the yellow background was already there when I started journaling over the page, and there are some parts of my bag that are white. So I wanted to go over those parts with the colored pencil to kind of put that out a little bit more. I've also been really inspired lately by, oh, there's a classic, technical difficulties, by Fran Nerd and oh my gosh, Catnip Illustrations, there we go. I don't know, they do like these sketch their trip type things, which I think is super interesting. So that was kind of also what inspired this piece. My favorite thing to do when I'm drawing is mix watercolor and colored pencil together. I just think it's the perfect marrying of mediums, and the colored pencil really adds a lot to your illustration. So if you have not tried that out, I highly recommend it. So of course, while I was at the beach, I took a photo, obviously. So first I am documenting the date. I did not realize that it was the 17th, and that's kind of like my day. So it's really fitting that I didn't even know it was the 17th and I still did something for myself. So go me, winning. Here I'm just going through some awesome die cuts that my pen pal Jamie sent me. There's one die cut and it says Weapons of Mass Creation, and it has a bunch of like sketches of like a fine liner and a water brush and stuff on there, so I thought it would be perfect to put on since that was kind of the mood I was in. And I'm just kind of going back and filling in pages that never got finished. You probably saw this like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago in a creative week where I caught up on my photos for August before I started September, and when I still hadn't finished that page, and still haven't. This is just kind of how I work back and forth. You guys know this by now, but if you're new, there's that for you. So again, like I said, just working on back pages. I really liked adding my September calendar in the middle of my journal spreads instead of at the beginning of them this time. Usually I always put it at the start, like at the start of September, and then I go back. But it's fun to, I don't know, flip forward to find it. Maybe that's weird, I don't know. So of course I took some photos while I was there, and I'm going to journal those. I was being impatient, so I printed them out on my my home printer and not my selfie, but you know. Oh, I just realized I didn't finish my little sketch of the book there. Now that I see that, it looks pretty bad, and I kind of wish I hadn't done that, but oh well. So, look, I can't really do anything about it now, right? So then I'm just kind of playing with the photos and my placement, trying to figure out where I want them. I wanted to put them all together, I thought, but I ended up just taking this one of me actually laying there on the beach. It ended up kind of blurry, and I actually really like that. It just adds that whole summer sunshine vibe. And I thought it would be ironic to use this Hello Summer card since it's more like goodbye. It is officially fall now, so I don't know. I just thought it would be funny to use it. And I didn't really have any beach photos to use my summer themed stuff with this year, so really happy to finally use that. And then I just journaled about basically what I just said, how ironic it was, and washi it in. I just used a little skinny washi on that side so I didn't have to cover up the journaling that I did, but it still keeps it nice and secure. And there's my tip-in. Ta-da! So I just started playing with the other photos. I don't think I ever did anything with them in this spread, and this is the only time I journaled this week. Besides, I did written journaling, I think, one more time, but this is about the extent of the journaling that I did. So all those photos are still waiting for me to do something with. So you'll see those next week. Hopefully, if I catch up. So here I am finishing this card that I started last week. If you missed previous weeks, I've mentioned them a couple times, so you can probably find some cards up above if I remembered to put them in. If not, I have a playlist for my Creative Week videos, which you can check out if you feel like marathoning them. I know some of the ladies really enjoy doing that. So yeah, just catching up. I have been decluttering a lot lately, and I found this tag. I used to own a ton of Playboy themed stuff in high school. I thought it was like the coolest thing. So I found a tag from one of them in like a little memory box. I got rid of a bunch of stuff, but I thought I would stick that tag in the journal to kind of remember that. So here I am just showing you a quick clip of me sewing some stuff to finish up the journals. I pretty much spent my entire week, other than the little clips that you see in this video, working on journals for Etsy. I created 5 journals for this release. None of them were finished at the beginning of this week, but I had started them all, and I knew what I wanted all of them to turn into, so that helped. But I pretty much, if I was not cleaning, at my day job, I was working on creating the journals, filming the videos for you guys, taking the photos, and listing them before Friday. So honestly, that was pretty much that was my week. But I really enjoy doing it. As of right this second, there are a few left in the shop if you would like to go check them out. The shipping turnaround right now is 1 business day, so you can get them before October, but I think they're fun theme to use at any time. They're not like super Halloween related or anything. So going along with it, it is finally Tuesday, and I spent most of Tuesday working on journals. I did have a client later in the day, but I thought it would be fun to take these 2 envelope fronts from my printable, which you can find on my Etsy shop, and put them on some envelopes. Now, these are envelopes that I got, oh gosh, at the beginning of the year to do those envelope organizers. I don't know if you guys remember when I made those, but I just went to the Dollar Tree and I got a 40 pack of envelopes. They are 6 3/4 by 3 5/8, and the fronts in the printable, there we go, are almost exactly that size. So if you want to do this, that's what you'll need. I only had to trim off just like a tiny smidge from the top and the side in order to make them fit, and I really liked it. And then of course I took my distress ink and vintage photo and went around the edges so that it kind of seemed a little more seamless and old, not just white envelope with grungy vintage stuff on top. So those were really fun. I stuck a couple of those into the journals, and then I hope to put some of those in some Happy Mail this month. I'll have to make more, of course. But anyway, on Thursday, I do a blog post every Thursday on a Patreon, and this month's blog post is a continuation of a favorites series that I'm doing over there. So once a month I post a blog post about my favorite supplies. So this month's supply was acrylic paint. So I thought I would kind of show you a little bit of this, kind of like a studio vlog-ish type thing, and just show you a little bit of what I was working on. So basically I took all of my acrylic paints that I own and I did some swatches in my journal using them, and then I took photos of those swatches with the paint, and then I write about what I like about the paint, what I don't like about the paint, price, pigment, whether you can write over it, stuff like that. So I had a lot of fun doing this blog post, and revisiting all of my different brands, and it was just really fun. I don't show them all in this video, of course, but if you would like to check the blog post out. The link to my Patreon is in the description box below. But it also really helped. I liked that it added some prep work to all of my pages, not all of them, but a lot of my pages in my journal. One of the things I've been talking about is how I want to write more, because I haven't been doing that enough lately, and I can definitely tell mental health wise. So I need to do that. And one of the things that holds me back sometimes is that all the pages are white. So we're working on it. Next, I wanted to throw in a couple product photos for you, not because I'm advertising my stuff, but because I was pretty freaking proud of how these photos came out. I love them. I want to post like all of them on my Instagram. I just love that I used the background with the candle and the wood stars. I don't know. It was just really cool and not something I usually do. And then this here, the beautiful and lovely Erin Duncan. If you do not know who she is, I will leave her channel linked in the description box. She does part of the Take 5 collaboration with us ladies, but I've been watching her since before then. She was so kind and sent me some half pans that she poured from her Daniel Smith watercolor collection, and she is just amazing. She did that awesome envelope art there, and there are some prints of her artwork that she sent me, which I absolutely love. And it came at a perfect time. I was like 100% burnt out. I had just finished the drafts for the Etsy listings. It was like half an hour before everything was going to go live in the store, and I was like, okay, I need to breathe, light my candle and drink my coffee and just like chill for a second, because I was about to leave again to go to my boyfriend's house, but my aunt walked in with the mail and handed me this, and I just couldn't have been happier. It came at a perfect time. Thank you so much, Erin. I still have to send her a personal thank you because they are gorgeous. And now I totally understand why everyone is obsessed with Moonglow. So thank you, Erin, for finally correcting me. I greatly appreciate it. So I had this little tin that you had watched me put some of my favorite watercolors in, and of course I never used them like that. And I had put magnets on the bottoms of all of my pans, and wouldn't you know, the magnet tape didn't stick. So I'm going to have to glue the magnet tape down and fix all those, but you know, it'll get done. So I wanted to take this little tin and put all of the colors that she sent me in it, because I want to keep it on my desk and use them, because I'm just pretty ecstatic about it. So I also created the swatch card that I wanted to tip into my journal to write about the things that she sent me. Obviously, I will document it in my pen pal journal with the gorgeous mail art that she gave me, but I really wanted to put it in my personal journal as well, because one, swatches need to go everywhere because they're awesome, and two, just because it made my day. I really needed it. So yeah, that's that. I'm just washing that in, and then I'm going to cut off a little piece of the paper that she sent me and put it on the back there. I cannot wait to use the rest of that paper, but I didn't want to use too much of it on this card because I did want space to write. So I just cut off the little bunny cut off there, and that's it. Thank you so much to all of my patrons for supporting me over on Patreon. Right now, they are helping me save up for some more filming paraphernalia so I can do better studio vlogs for you. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.